Hello all. In this we are going to learn about the types of test items. So what are the different types of test items? Test items is nothing but everything that is present in a question paper. If you take a question paper, for example, I'm taking some random question paper, in that you will be having MCQs. Choose the correct answer. You will be having fill in the blanks. You will be having match the following. You will be having short type questions. You will be having essay type questions. So all these are present in the question paper. So these are all known as the test items. It varies for each test. It depends on the teacher who is setting the question paper. It is totally depending on the teacher, because the teacher can give MCQs, fill-ups, short answers. Some teachers, they don't give all that. They give only paragraph questions. So it totally depends on the teacher who is setting the paper. So these are all the test items. So test items, it is actually divided into two broad types. What are the two types? One is free or uncontrolled response type. Another one is fixed or controlled response type. So free or uncontrolled means there is no control. The student can write with a great flow. That is the essay type questions. If you take essay type questions, if a question is asked, you can write in your own words with a proper understanding to 3 to 4 pages. If you take short answer type, even that you can write maybe to 5 lines, like that you can write. So there is a flow, there is no control. You are allowed to be free. Like you can write whatever comes to your mind related to the topic. Next, fixed or controlled response type. Here you cannot write what you have understood on your own words. You are supposed to give only one word answer. For example, MCQ, if you take, you have to choose one option from the 4 given to you. Next, match the correct answer. Match the following means you have to match one question with one answer only. Next, true or false. You have to say whether it is true or false. So here you are not expressing what comes to your mind. You're just going to choose the correct answer. You're just going to choose, or you're just going to write one word answer, or you're just going to match, or you're going to say whether it is true or false. So this is about the two types of test item. Okay, next we are going to learn about objective type test item. So this objective type test item, it is classified into two. One is recall type, another one is recognition type. So first let us see what is objective type test item. So objective type test item is nothing but, objective means it is very clear that one word answers. So multiple choice test item, only one answer you have to choose. Next, completion type items. A sentence will be given with a blank. You just have to complete that sentence by placing some word, by putting some word in the dash. So it is an objective type test item. Next, matching type item. Obviously for one question, one matching answer will be there. Next, true or false. You just have to give one word whether it is true or false. Next, finding out the odd one. Which word is not relatable to the other words. So you just have to choose and write one word. So all these are coming under the objective test item. Next, we saw two different kinds. One is recall type, one is recognition type. Recall type is nothing but completing the sentences. A sentence will be given and we have to fill in the blank and complete that sentence. So that we can do. How we can do? We have to recall what we learned and we can fill in the blank. So therefore that comes under recall type. Next, very short answer. For very short answer also you have to think the answer. That is, recall what you have learned and write. So these all come under the recall type. Next is selection type or recognition type. That is multiple choice questions. 5 options will be given. You have to look into the options and recognize. You have to select one option from it. So it is coming under selection type or recognition type. Next is multiple choice type test item. So in this type of test item, what the testee will do, will select one among the answers that is provided, which he or she feels will be correct. If 5 options are given, The student or the testee will choose one of the options which he or she finds it to be correct and appropriate to the asked question. So this is the meaning for multiple choice type test item. So how the question will be there? The question can be the interrogative sentence type. That is, what is interrogative sentence type? A sentence which will end up like asking a question. So if it is given like that, that is called as STEM. STEM is nothing but the question that is asked in the examination as the choose the correct answer. So 4 or 5 options will be given. So you have to choose one among those options. So you need to understand that the correct response which you are choosing, that is known as key. Next, you need to know all other options which were given in the question. They are known as distractors. So the correct answer for the given question is known as key, and all other answers which are incorrect, they are known as distractors. So why we have to keep MCQ question type in the examination? To check the understanding and the knowledge of the students. So in this way we can test the knowledge of the students, because you cannot randomly choose some option and it cannot randomly come correct without learning. Only if you had learned, you will be able to choose it correctly. So this is about multiple choice type test items. Now next type is true or false type items. So if you take this, a statement will be given. So the student or the testee should read that given statement and say whether the given statement is true or false. Or some people will write T for true and F for false. So by reading the statement, if the student feels it is right, the student will write true. If he or she feels it's false, will write F. So one biggest disadvantage in this is that even if the student doesn't know whether the statement is true or false, by guessing the student's answer might go correct. There are 50% chances for it to be correct, because here only 2 options are given, whether it is true or false. So the student can guess. Even though the student doesn't know the answer, the student can guess and the answer can also go right. So this is one disadvantage in this. So here testing the knowledge level of student is taking place. So you can test the knowledge, and sometimes even by random guesses, the student may get it correct. Next type is matching type item. So in matching type item, this is nothing but match the following. So in this 2 columns will be there. The first column's heading will be premises or stimuli. The second column's heading will be responses. So this first column, which is premises, this is nothing but the questions. Next, the second column, responses, there all the answers will be there. Answers will be kept in the shuffled manner. Even the stimuli, that is the questions, will be kept in the random order. So for the first stimuli or for the first premises, we need to choose the correct response which will be matching it. So in this way, you have to answer for all the words that is given under premises with the correct response present in the second column. So this is about matching type items. The next type is very short answer or one-word answer type. So in this, a question will be asked, a very simple question will be asked, and the answer you have to write it just, maybe you just have to write 1 sentence or maybe 2 sentences sometimes. Or sometimes the answer for the question will just be a single word. So this is about very short answer or one-word answer type. So for example, questions will be asked like this. What is the name of the quadrilateral having all sides equal? So you just have to write an answer which is of 1 sentence. So this is about short answer. The next type is finding the odd one from the among question that is provided to you. So in this, except one word, all the other words will be related to each other. So for example, like find the odd one, and the options are rectangle, circle, rhombus and parallelogram. So here if you see, The odd one out will be circle, because rectangle, rhombus and parallelogram all are having four sides. They are four-sided figure. Whereas circle, it has no definite side. So therefore that is the odd one out. So in this way we need to answer the odd one out questions. Next, it is the short answer type questions. So when a question is asked, you need to write an answer which will be 3 to 4 lines, or it can be 40 words. It should not be more than that. So this we call it as short answer type questions. So when a question is asked, maybe we would have learned a lot of content under that topic, but we need to precise it. We need to write only the important points by cut shorting it up to 4 lines or 40 words. So in this way we are supposed to write the short answer type questions. So here we are able to express our thoughts in the form of statements. Next, it is the paragraph type questions. So when a question is asked, you are supposed to write an answer which should be of 10 lines or little lesser than that, but it should not exceed 10 lines. Or in other words, we can say you can write an answer up to 100 words. So the answer will be subjective. So whatever you know about that question, whatever answer comes to your mind, you are free to write it on your own words. Next, this is actually easier when compared to objective type, because in objective type you have to write the answer for the question which is given exactly, because it's a one word. You have to choose and write. Or else if it is the fill up, you have to write that exact word only. Whereas in paragraph, you can write on your own words with what you have understood about the topic. So this is about paragraph type questions. Next, the last type is essay type question. In this, when a question is asked, you can write an answer up to 4 to 5 pages. Like up to 5 pages you can write. If you want to tell in count of words, means maximum of 600 words you can write in an answer for the essay type questions. So in this, it will always be good if you write subtitles and write it neatly. That is, presenting way should be very neat in essay type questions. Now, for example, they are asking you to write about pollution and its types. Then you can write pollution and the definition of it. Next, types of pollution. You can list the types by putting 1, 2, 3 like that. Next, the first type, air pollution, write about that. Next, water pollution, write about that. So like this, when you write, it will be very neat. And you can also give an introduction. Before writing the types of pollution, you can give a heading as introduction and write something in general about pollution. Next, at last, you can write conclusion and you can just sum up. That is like a summary. You can just write everything what you have written in an essay type question. So in this way, if you present, it will be very clean and neat for the teacher to give marks. So this is about the essay type questions. If you like this video, please like, subscribe and share it with your friends. Thank you.